Hi guys, my name is Patrick Harvey. I'm a police sergeant with the City of San Diego. I currently work Northern Division Patrol, but prior to that, I was a police canine handler for 6 years, and this is my police canine retired partner, Witsy. So Witsy was assigned to me back in 2019 when I started the Canine Academy. He was my first and only canine partner. I was lucky enough that I had him for all of my 6 years at the canine unit. Witsy actually retired in May of 2025 when I was fortunate enough to promote to sergeant. And like I said, we spent 6 years together working. He's a police service dog, doing some pretty high intensity stuff, faced some challenging situations together. And now, over the past 3 months, we've really been trying to kind of get him transitioned into that home life, which has been a whole other challenge. Now I'm trying to take that 6 years of training back to square one and teach him how to come inside the house and lay on a dog bed while I watch TV or cook dinner or something like that. So it's been a little bit of a challenge. He doesn't have that outlet to burn off a bunch of energy anymore. So now we're working on kind of challenging that energy into hiking partner, going on walks around the neighborhood. You know, he can play, hang out in the backyard. We get our dogs ideally when they're around 18 months to 2 years old, and usually they're retiring when they're around 8.5. So Witsy actually retired when he was just over 8, so I was fortunate enough to keep him as my dog. The handlers that work the dogs get kind of the first right of refusal, and almost 99.9% of the handlers, unless they have something going on at home, they get to keep their police dog and kind of transition them into a pet. So we still try and do certain things to keep them sharp. He went from searching houses for burglary suspects to now we go for walks around Lake Murray. Before he was, jumping in the bathtub looking for armed felony suspects or barricaded felony suspects. And now we go around Lake Murray, go for a walk, go for a hike. And the mental stimulation he gets is good. Follow. Going over and under the picnic tables. He's just kind of content running around and looking for his toy that's hidden out there. I was fortunate enough that Witsy retired when he was just over 8, so I'll get a couple extra months with him as a retired police dog and trying to transition him into that pet at home. It's nice because around that age they do kind of start to slow down a little bit. These guys are like the professional athletes of the dog world. The quicker that we can retire them when they get to that age, the better, and the better life they can have for longevity after they retire. So right now he's at home, got all of his joint supplements to keep him young and fresh. I haven't had to dye his chin hair yet. It still looks pretty good, so he's not looking too old. But I know that he's definitely slowing down a little bit, so it's nice that he and I kind of get to transition into his retired life together. When that very last shift that we worked, I brought him home and I made him steak and eggs, and I gave it to him in the dog bowl from my childhood pet. So that was kind of a special thing for me. I really try not to, kind of like give the dogs human qualities, but that was kind of something that made me feel good. So he doesn't really have a favorite treat. He'll eat anything. But anytime I'm cooking steak or something like that at home, I'll always throw him a couple scraps of that. Otherwise, he's totally satisfied with his dog food, which is nice. So Witsy and I spent a lot of time when we were working together focusing on a lot of off-leash control and exercise. That way when he's out away from me searching for a suspect, I can still tell him what to do, tell him what I want him to do, direct him into rooms that are far away, or direct him behind a dumpster in a parking lot or something like that. So a quick example of that would just be the off-leash control. Here, under. Good. Follow. Good. Good boy.